So this is the time that we can help Steve with the feedback. Anybody would like to start? You can ask questions, you can mention what you observed, and recommendation. Let me start then, while you're preparing for the lesson. Steve, I noticed that there's more laughter at the contest than at this presentation. So I wonder why. One of the reasons could be that these are all strangers, and last time you were the last person. So the first person have a hard time to warm up the crowd. And because we don't know you. So I think, I heard some rules that if you deliver the humorous speech contest, if you can get people to laugh and like you within the first, 15 seconds, that will help a lot. You really need to hook us and get us like you faster, because it starts to build, and we want to laugh, we want to help you, but there's no opportunity, so you need to make it happen first. The punchline and the way you deliver it is great, but it happened in the second half. So I think if you can do something at the very beginning, it will cheer up the room, get everyone in the mood. I also would like to mention about your eye contact. I realize that you scan your eyes, you must be recalling the information. But I wonder whether you would try to connect to people directly, because when you engage someone directly, you authorize them to laugh and to display and interact. If I were you, I would scan the room for someone who laugh out loud or seem to have an easy way, or like Ron. Ron have a contagious laugh. If you address it to him, he will laugh more and get other people to relax and laugh more. That's what. Okay, anybody have? Mike?
Yes, Steve. I noticed an opportunity, and you did an effective job at gestures and facial representation, but I thought that, especially with this humorous speech contest, that it gave you an opportunity to exaggerate those. And you had several cases where you mentioned the neck brace, where you could have demonstrated the quick turn. You did a really good job of the awkward walk, but I thought that your speech really lent itself to adding some physical characterization of this wonderful story that has such an amusement to it, and clearly everybody is thinking in their mind the embarrassment and the situational context they're putting themselves in as they're living through your experience. And so the thing that I would do to heighten your laughs that you're going to get at your humorous speech contest is to exaggerate that. And you did a very effective job of narrating the story. And I don't know that you could do a vocal variety that would accentuate any of the story. So I think your opportunity there is for the physical gesturing, and especially the facial gestures. You had a wonderful opportunity there with the young lady behind you coming into the pool of really showing us your eye gestures and the other things that we know had happened, and really letting the audience in on your experience.
Yes,
I think you did a masterful job at what I call dry humor. You deliberately, that's another way to look at it. It's the deliberate dry face, which a lot of comedians use. And controlling your personal laughter is comedians at a very critical point. Mm-hmm. I agree with what Mike's saying about Anna, about getting something started in earlier, and being of a certain age similar to yours. We can usually play something relating to why it was that your daughter thought you should go there in the first place. There's often humor around being somehow or other coerced by a cool teenager who has some particular command over the wiser part.
I like that because all of a sudden you will connect with not just us our age, then you have connect with the younger bracket. Because I don't know about younger folks, if you listen to him, you might not think it's applied to your point of view as much. Will you say?
That's an observation, since I've had the opportunity to see your speech in two different venues, Steve. And that is, in a different size and layout of room, the speech works somewhat differently in each place. And of course, as an experienced speaker, I'm sure you'll scope out the room at the district conference before you speak. But anyway, I hope that's useful. I've enjoyed it both places and expect to be the district winner.
Can I comment on that?
Yes.
You're absolutely right. There's a different place I've been to give the speech and get feedback. They've been all very different. And on Saturday, there'll be 200 people and a little stage. I don't know what the stage is going to be like. And a microphone. So this is all brand new. I don't know how you play that. I think exaggeration is physically and particularly something I've got to do for so many people. Thank you.
David.
I really like Steve's sense of humor and the subtlety and the fact that it does build up and that you start your story in a kind of matter-of-fact way and it becomes progressively more absurd as you go on. That really appeals to me personally, and that's one of the things that I really like about your sense of humor and about your story. So I would keep that. I agree with Uncle's point that maybe something at the beginning to grab people's attention, but your progression, I think, is really good, and I think that's an integral part of what makes your presentation so fun.
I remember the when you do the gesture like turn to her and then you do that work. I hear the chuckle and that. But I also think many times that if you give us the chance to laugh instead of, I think as an audience we want to have a clear, pretty much you tell me that this is the time you laugh. So that it's just show by punchline, show by slowing down, and you expect us and you will us to laugh. I think that's helped because